Hola, amigos. Can you believe that I'm going to turn 59 years old? Can you believe that? Yes, 59 years old on March 31st. And right now, I'm having a pretty difficult time. Maybe you can help me out. Whether to give my 30-day notice or stay there until I get the trailer and then park it at a storage for a month or two and then give the 30-day notice. You know, the fear is real about moving out. Even though I hate it there, but at the same time, you know you have a safe place, well, for the most part, for what it is. You know you have, meaning a safe place to go sleep, to go cook. You can stand up, you can shower. I mean, and your rent is what, $340? But the problem is, I'm unhappy there. I'm unhappy there. Why am I unhappy there? Because, first of all, you cannot, as a musician, you cannot make loud music. And you can only do so much with headphones. Any musician will tell you that you cannot live like that with just headphones. You need to crank the volume. That's the problem. The other problem is that the surroundings, the people that are living there are just not my type. There's a lot of drug addiction. There's a lot of violence. So there's noise that disturbs me from the neighbors upstairs. Sometimes from the neighbors to the left, from the people to the right. Sometimes there's people yelling in the hallways. Sometimes the police are there. And I don't mean one or two cars. You're talking about 6, 7, 8 cars at a time. So anyhow, I'm not sure what it is that's causing me to have these headaches also, like these headachy like feelings. I mean, thank goodness the dizziness stuff has practically gone away, but there's still some very, very mild amounts of it lingering every once in a while. And you can't tell me that I'm not sleeping well and that I'm not eating well and I'm dehydrated. You know, I drink 3 liters of water with some electrolytes every freaking day, man. I mean, look at my face. Look at how clear it is. That's a healthy face. I mean, here, I'm going to get closer. Watch. That's a healthy looking, skin, And anyway, so I am coming now to March, the month of March, and I postponed my 30-day notice for February because the van broke down. It got fixed. There's no more check engine light. It runs fine, and I'm actually getting pretty good, much better gas mileage too. It's actually very observant. You can see it. You can definitely see it on the meter, which is really nice. But it cost me $1,003 to fix a lot of stuff on it. And so now that I'm feeling somewhat better, I said, should I leave? Because as soon as you leave, here's the fear. The fear is that if you give a 30-day notice, you have to fill out some kind of a move-out form. And as soon as you fill that out, that's it. There's no turning back. Okay? And I don't know how you could get it back, but at the same time, I feel like, you know how you have birds? You know how you have birds that are in the nest? Baby birds? And I don't know, there's a cartoon where the mama just kicks them out. Get out! Come on! You're never going to make it if you don't make the move. Well, that's how I feel. You know, if I don't make the move, either you may never leave, or you may leave, but it's going to take you a long time, and the more you wait, the more miserable you're going to be. That is my one of the. I have to open the window. So that is the issue right now, is that one, I fear, because you have a place to come back to. You have a place. I found a storage for $203, I think they said. And it's very, very close to the apartment. And it's for a 20-foot trailer. And you can come in, you can come out anytime you want. It's a little more than what I really wanted to pay. But at the same time, I was also looking at one time for rehearsal rooms. And they're not $200. They're a little bit more. And that's sharing it. And that's dealing with other bands that are next door. You can hear them. But if you get a trailer and you stay in the apartment and you have in and out privileges, like I could be parked right here making a hell of a bunch of noise all day long. Or somewhere else in Fiesta Island. I mean, I could be making noise all freaking day long, man. And then I could, if I can find a, well, I mean, the storage is not far from here. So I said, the other option is you could stay in the apartment, get the trailer, and cough up the storage price until maybe you can find a cheaper one, or until you're able to leave completely. And also you have the ability to modify your trailer right here without any issues of anyone telling you a freaking thing. Because the trailer that I'm looking for, I want it mostly gutted, because I want to install sound reinforcements, insulation, special insulation. The floors are going to be, it's going to be decked out so attractive, you will not even notice. You will not notice what it. You won't be able to tell. It'll be so attractive because it's going to have a very nice shower, a big one too, a small kitchen area, the bed, the mattress, the full size, a recliner. I gotta have my recliner, and also the remainder of it will be just for music equipment. You know, the drum set, amps. You know, I won't have a lot of money left if I do go the storage route, but it's possibly a more safer route to go, than to just get up and leave and go back into the van full time and then keep looking for a trailer to buy. And in the meantime, you're living in the van. Not that it's bad. So what's the problem? What's the problem? It's the fear of leaving the apartment because you know you have a place you can stay for really cheap, but at the same time, you know it's destroying your spirit. You know it's destroying a lot of things that you want to do. You know that. And the reason I hesitate is because I'm not, 20 years old, 30 years old, or even 40 years old, where you were once all gung-ho to get up and do whatever, not giving a damn about it. I guess that's, I woke up this morning, I slept good, I had, a decent breakfast, I drank a whole liter of electrolyte fluids, popped a bunch of vitamins, and I said, I'm going to go to Mission Bay and I'm going to have a really nice time before I go to my dentist appointment. So when I was done having my breakfast, I was watching this wonderful preacher give this wonderful sermon about your mental health. It was really, really nice. And I was feeling fine. And then all of a sudden, I got up and I went to take a shower. And then all of a sudden, I could feel that headachy tiredness coming on. I'm like, why? I said, why? And sure enough, here I am with this. I'm going to go to the back in a bit here, and I'm going to jump in that bed. I'm going to jump in that bed, and I'm going to lay down. And I'm going to try to go to sleep, and then see what happens. And then go to my dentist. So again, the problem right now that I'm having is whether to give a 30-day notice, because I have $2,200 coming back to me 28 days after I move out. Okay? And that's a lot of money. So I can either take my chances of giving the 30-day notice, find a small storage. I already found it like $45 for a small storage. Pack up all my stuff, put it in there, move into the van again, and start looking for a trailer very extensively. Daily. It doesn't even have to be here in San Diego. It could be in Arizona. It could be in, I don't know, anywhere. It could be anywhere. I'll drive there to go get it. And then I'd have to probably stay here in San Diego for a month, maybe 2, in order to put it in the storage while I can take it out every day or however many times I can to Mission Bay here and work on it, or Fiesta Island, to work on it and prepare it, and then go down to Baja, because right now it's too late to go to Quartzsite and stay at BLM land for 4 or 5 months. So I would have to prepare everything here, It's 15 minutes already. I would have to prepare everything right here before I leave, because I still have to buy a jack, a stand, spare tire, and auto insurance for Mexico. So we're talking about an expense about $500 just for that. The jacks, the stand, a spare tire, and insurance for driving down to Baja. And that's for the whole year, though. I know that staying in this place, in this apartment, is not helping me. I know that. But like I said, I'm at an age where I just don't know why I'm constantly tired. Like exhausted, man. I got out of the shower. You know, you freshen up, you know, comb your hair, blah, blah, blah. And next thing you know, I'm like, oh, wow. Like that. Literally, like exhausted. And I said, just relax. I said, go sit down and put your socks on. I go there and I sit down. And all I did was, I just wanted to go like, oh, man, fuck. Like that. And then I start to put my socks. I tried to catch my breath. And then I tried to put my socks on. And next thing you know, again, I feel like I'm exhausted. Like, oh, like that. And then you just sit there and you're like, and then you catch your breath and you go at it again. That's how I feel. You know? I'm sorry it's not a very happy, uppity video. But maybe you can help me out here on what to do. I would appreciate some advice. You know, whether to just give the 30-day notice, take action, or wait and look for a trailer, put it in the storage, stay in the apartment until you're working on the trailer and you're prepared for it, and then go. Because remember, there's $2,200 coming back to me when I leave. The problem right now with the trailer is that I only have $1,200. And then when March comes, if I'm lucky, I might have another $300 added to that. So I will have $1,500 to buy a trailer. Okay. But once you get the trailer, you have to put it in storage, remember that, and you're talking $200. Okay, fine. So what is the problem? The problem is that it's more time waiting is what it is. You're waiting longer now because you're going to have to stay longer in the apartment, but it's going to be fun when you leave, because you're going to go to pick up the trailer at the storage, and you're gonna work on it, and that's the exciting part. Okay, I mean, look at my face. That's the exciting part. So is it worth it? I need a motivator. I need a motivator that will tell me, Mario, or Damien, whatever you want to call me, Mario, I'm gonna have to kick you out of mama's nest, out of the comfort nest, and you need to start moving, boy. Otherwise, you're gonna rot there in that apartment, and you're never gonna leave. And you might as well start buying, you know, a recliner. You might as well start buying, you know, a really nice big rug. And you might as well start making home there. Because otherwise you will never leave. So I guess I need advice, a motivator, suggestions. Okay, you guys, I was gonna make this video 15 minutes, now it's 20 minutes. Thank you for watching. Adios.